A guy on Facebook group called Hebrew Study Groups has this coin, and I'll show you the coin, and he cannot figure out what it says. Have you ever seen something like this? Hopefully the front and back show up in the picture. No, just one side shows, but we'll talk about that one side. It's interesting enough. Thank you in advance for any information you can provide. Also, if you'd like to join the group, you may find some new students. Take care, friend. I'm so glad you're home and safe. Hopefully, you get to stay home. Yeah, so far, I agree on, very good. So, this student sent me a picture of that coin. And I want to share the coin, the not share the coin, share the picture of the coin. I don't have the coin, I just have the picture of the coin. And this is a very interesting coin. Let's see if any of you guys can make heads or tails out of this coin. Pun intended. And we'll see. Just so you can see, it has Hebrew writing on it, right? Any ideas what this is?
Mea is 100. But this is me'at. No, no, it's not mea.
Okay, it's let me break it down for you because it's really a bit it's a lot. Okay. So, guys, this is a coin that was minted to celebrate the visit of a rabbi in the very important city of London.
Oh my.
Okay, yeah. The rabbi of Satmar, which is a very big Hasidic group in America, came to visit his community in London. This coin was minted in 2014, around February. Okay, and I'll tell you how I know. We'll read it together. I'll I'll tell you a little bit about this Hasidic group, which is fascinating. It is one of the more vocal anti-Zionist Hasidic groups. Okay, but let's go over the words. So let's start here. Mazkeret. The first word here uh, is the word mazkeret. Which what is the root of this word?
Zakor.
Right, Zain, Chaf, and Resh. The coming Shabbat is Shabbat Zachor. If you go to your synagogues, you'll hear that the reading, the maftir, will be about the commandment to remember what the Amalekites did to us. Right? So Mazkeret has the same root. Mazkeret is actually a biblical word, but here in a more post-biblical use of this word, it means a souvenir. Mazkeret, something to be remembered by, a souvenir.
Oh.
So that's the word mazkeret. Next word is me'et. You're right, it's the same spelling of the word me'at, which would be the construct form of the word me'ah, but here it is me'et. It is the preposition mem, mean, from, and et, which is sometimes with, okay, from with, basically from. A souvenir from. Okay, mazkeret me'et. That's the regular way to say a souvenir from someone. Now we have the acronyms, and we have quite a few acronyms here. Okay, we'll go over all of these individually, but you can see that these two apostrophes, that's the way to mark an acronym or initials of sort. In English, we do it by using capital letters. Sometimes dots between the letters, but okay, when I write FBI, everybody knows it's an acronym. Federal Bureau of Investigations. In the traditional rabbinic writing, acronyms and shorthand writing are quite common. Okay, there are actually special books to tell you what are the acronyms. Remember, people wrote by hand and then printed it, and so they had a lot of acronyms, a lot of shorthand stuff. Okay, here we have also two more. We have this one apostrophe, and we have so yeah, that's what we have. So I'll start with this one. This is the first one, Kaf and Kuf. That's acronym for Kevod Kedushat. So anyone remember what is Kavod?
Heavy.
Heavy is Kaved, right? What is Kavod?
Glory. Honor.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
honor, glory, very good. Here in the construct form, Kevod Kedushat. The Kuf stands for Kedushat, holiness of. So the glory of the holiness of Maran, our master, our
Oh,
teacher, our master.
Mar.
So the glory of the holiness of our master. And then we have again big acronym, Admor, Adonenu, you know the word Adon, Lord, Kurios, right? This is why we, instead of saying the Lord's name, we say Adonai, right? Adonenu, Morenu, our teacher,
Oh,
Verabenu, and our rabbi, our master, our great one. And another acronym, Shalita. This is Sheyichyeh le'orech yamim tovim arukim. May he live for the duration of good and long days. Okay, this is something that you add at the end of the description of a rabbi. So the glory of his holiness, our master, our Lord, our teacher, and our rabbi, may he live for the long and good days. Okay? And that means a rabbi that is at the head, when you use the term Admor, is someone at ahead of a Hasidic group. In this case, which Hasidic group? That's in the middle. You can see this. And note that we're not just talking about the wording, but also the imagery. Do you see the image? What is the image that we have here?
A crown.
A crown, right? Because Hasidic group really referred to the rabbis as nobility. This is one of the only places where indeed that authority is still succeeded by the children. Hasidic groups, most of them, Chabad is a little bit of an exception, but again, not 100% exception because it's still within the family, is succeeded according like nobility. So that's the crown. Also, there is a perception that these are our leaders, our kings, our nobility. Okay? And the name of the Hasidic group, as you can see, is Satmar. This is Samech. I know, when you use kind of calligraphy, it's a little bit more difficult to recognize the letters. But you can see the Samech, right? Aleph,
Tet.
Tet, Mem, Aleph,
Resh.
and Resh.
Hmm.
Satmar.
That one.
Satmar. Have you ever heard about this group, guys?
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
Right. What did you hear about Satmar?
Well, I heard that they don't recognize Israel because of
They don't
Messiah.
like Israel. I don't know about recognizing Israel. Right. But you're right. It's a very big Hasidic group founded at the beginning of the 20th century in the area not far from where my family came. They come from Satumare, which today is in the northern part of Romania. Let me show you where Satumare is. Okay, some people say Satumare is related to Saint Mary, by the way, as far as etymologically, and thus it would be quite ironic that a Hasidic group is named after Saint Mary,
Hmm.
right? The little do they know.
Well, my temple is in a city called Santa Maria. Same thing.
Santa Maria, right? So it might be the same. And Satumare, let me show you a map. Okay. Here is a map of northern Romania, and you can see the area of Satumare. Do you see this?
Yes.
On the map, this is the border of what is today Romania. This is Ukraine, right?
Yeah.
And this is Romania. And this is Hungary, okay? And in the, yeah, that's the
Hmm.
Hungary, and to the north you've got even Slovakia. So this is where roughly my family comes from.
Oh, I see Odessa there too.
Odessa is part of Ukraine. This
Yeah.
Odessa would be here,
Right.
okay? So this is Odessa, okay? Zoom out a little bit
Well,
so
they
you
came
get
from.
a better view of Europe. So you get to see roughly where Satumare is. So Satumare is here. This is Ukraine, as we said, Moldova, Romania, Hungary, Slovakia, okay, and Poland. This is
And
Poland.
that's now, where is your family from on here?
My family is roughly from this area,
Thank you.
a little bit north of that. Again, when I say my family, I have 4 grandparents, so they weren't all born in the same village, but that's roughly the area. Okay, so this Hasidic group Satmar or Satmar, in Yiddish you use the letter Aleph more like a vowel, so you know to say Satmar. That's a difference between Hebrew and Yiddish. Even though they use the same letters, the way it is used is a little bit different. And Satmar is a Hasidic group, and the Aleph in both cases tells us we should pronounce it Satmar. Anyway, it is, as I said, anti-Zionistic. It's not. If you see those guys who are protesting with the Palestinians sometimes, do you see them?
In New York.
New York, London, even Satmar are angry with those guys. They are like they even broke away with Satmar. Okay, now recently after October 7th, some of them continued protesting against Israel, and Satmar denounced them. Even though Satmar is against Israel, it's not as crazy as to protest with Palestinians. Satmar is quite big in New York, is quite big in America. Okay, come again? Did you ask a question, guys? Okay. If you didn't ask, I'll ask you, guys. What is the poorest town in America according to the Central Bureau of Statistics or whatever?
The poorest town?
Yeah, the poorest town in America.
Hmm.
Somewhere in the Appalachians, West Virginia.
In New
There's a
Jersey?
YouTube Thing on them.
Come again?
They did a YouTube thing on them and the name fell out of my head.
Okay. So I don't know, but according to what I know, a town by the name of Kiryat Yoel or Kiryas Joel. Have you ever heard that name, Kiryas Joel?
No, that
So
wasn't the
New
one that
York,
did the
right?
YouTube.
Upper New York?
Okay, yeah, Upper New York, Kiryas Joel. More than 60% of the families are below the poverty line.
Yeah.
Okay, and it has the highest poverty rate in the nation. Largest percentage of residents who receive food stamps. Okay,
Yeah, their kids don't study mathematics in school.
oh, yeah. Just a second. I'll show you the New York Times. Not that I think the New York Times is is always the best way to get your information from. Okay, guys. Don't. It doesn't mean okay. Anyway, this is Kiryas Joel. Kiryas Joel is simply Kiryat Yoel. Kiryat, as you know, in biblical Hebrew means city, and Yoel is a Hebrew name, one of the prophets of the Bible, Joel. But it is also the name of the founder of this Hasidic group, Satmar. Okay? You can see the numbers here, by the way. If you want to know, considered to be about half of the residents receive food stamp and 1/3 receive Medicaid and so forth and so on. Considered to be the poorest town in America or something like that. And it is named after the rabbi of Satmar. Okay? That's curious. Joel, by the way, guys, if you're ever in New York and you're driving north, do go through this town. It would be an amazing cultural and anthropological experience. Okay? You'll feel either that you fell into an alien town or you are the alien who landed in the planet. But it will be out of out of the world experience, that's for sure. You can see Kiryat Yoel Sfarim Star, like this is a Hebrew sign in the middle of this council. Yeah, anyway. So that's and the reason I'm mentioning it, as I said, because the town itself is a town of mainly Satmar Hasidic people, and it's named after the rabbi of Satmar, whose name was Yoel Moshe Teitelbaum. So that's a souvenir from the rabbi of Satmar. Again, we still have few things that we've not covered here. I'll cover them quickly. Here, Shabbat, Shin Bet Kuf means Shabbat Kodesh, Holy Shabbat. Pei stands for Parashat, the weekly portion of Mishpatim. Here, Taf Shin Ein Daled is the acronym of the Hebrew year, which means roughly 2014. And I know according to the weekly portion that it should have been around February. I didn't check the Hebrew calendar, but it should be around February. This is interesting. This is Lamed. Do you see it's a Lamed, Pei, and Kof. Lamed Pen Kof is literally Lifrat Katan. Sense a little detail. Really, literally, this is what it means, which means that Tafshin is 700. Okay, Tav 400, Shin is 300. Ain is 70. And Daled, okay, Tafshin Ain Daled. Maybe it's Vav, you know what? Maybe it's Tafshin Ain Vav. Maybe it's 2016. Yeah, I think it's a Vav now that I'm looking at it again. So maybe 2016, February 2016. I think it's a Vav. So 776 since a little detail. A little detail means since the current Jewish millennium started, as opposed to a big detail, which is since the beginning of the starting of the count. Okay, which means you either add the thousands and then you add the hay for 5,000, or you omit the 5,000 and then you just say, you just count to the beginning of the current millennium according to the Jewish calendar. So this is 776 since the beginning of the current millennium, which means the year 2016 in normal Gregorian calendar. So February 2016, and the bottom line, leregel, on the occasion, habikur, the visitation, ba'ir, in the city, London.
London.
London. You can see Lamed Aleph Nun, Daled Aleph Nun. That's the traditional Yiddish spelling of the word London. Modern Hebrew speakers would spell London like this, London. So I can tell by the way you spell the name of the city, even though you use Hebrew letters and it's a foreign city, I can tell who's writing by the way they choose to spell it. So that's the city of London. Yod Tzadi Vav, Yishmera Tzura V'Go'ala. May its rock and redeemer keep it safe. It's something to add. Following the name of someone or some place as kind of a way to ask God to keep it safe, the city of London in this case. Okay, that's one side of the coin. I don't see the other side. He didn't send me the other side. My guess, and then we'll be able to